Hi, welcome. This is my first video because I want to start a vlog. I wanna share a bit more about what's happening in my life, and more specifically, I want to share my journey on my new career, on my new big dream. I want to become a successful music producer. Yeah, I want to get successful in making music, producing electronic music. And I start at completely zero. I have nothing. I have no network in the music industry, and I basically also don't have any skills. I don't know how to produce songs. I don't know how to make songs. Musically, I can play the drums. I'm a pretty good drummer. And as a kid, I played a bit the piano for a few years, but not on a great level. Like I could never improvise. I don't really know harmonies and melodies and all that stuff. Um, I always had this dream, of producing music, playing live, playing big shows, getting lots of fans, and just creating in this wonderful art form called music. So I want to start vlogging about this because I think it could be interesting. Because you see usually only the success story in the end, right? You only see when someone's already is successful, right? You don't hear about failure. You don't hear about the small failures on the way to success, and you also don't hear about if people just fail, right? Because then you don't know them. So I wanna start vlogging about my new journey because I really believe I can go from zero to hero, or I can go from nothing to a successful artist in the music industry. And you might wonder, why do I think that? Who is this guy? So for those who don't know me, I'm Tim. I live in Berlin now, so I'm in Germany. I'm a German. Um, and before I now started with this crazy idea, I want to make music. I actually had another dream, and that dream was creating mobile games, creating a game that would reach millions of players. Because I'm a huge gamer. I grew up with a Game Boy, with a Nintendo DS. I played so many games in my life. So after I finished school, actually, what I always wanted is, I want to create games. So I started studying computer science, started getting into programming, which was a really, really difficult university where I was really hard, the studies, really difficult to get through. But I did it. I always pushed through, and I always did some small games in my free time. And then finally, that was like almost 4 years ago. I actually started a company with some colleagues out of university. So we started a company, and now in the last 3 years, we grew this company where we did mobile games from just a few people to now 100 employees. It's become a super successful gaming company. It's called Kolibri Games, also based here in Berlin, and we made a game called Idle Miner Tycoon. If you don't know it, check it out. It's awesome. It's one of the most successful idle games. It has 60 million players. So I realized I can make my dreams come true, and I made my dream of creating this huge game that would reach millions of players. I reached that, and that was amazing, and I'm still super grateful for this journey. But I found out I have also other dreams. So I decided I would actually leave the company I co-founded, leave Kolibri Games. Of course, after spending many months trying to pass on my knowledge, pass on my skill set, so they can grow and prosper even further and become even more successful than when I was on board. And now I want to start with music, right? So going from scratch to making great music, and I really believe I can actually do this. And I also want to inspire people that you can actually work on your dreams, and it's not this crazy bullshit that you hear all the time, but that's actually there's a success formula, and I want to find that and share that with you. All right. So I want to become a successful music producer, and I started at zero. Now the question is, where to start, right? And that seems very difficult. It's easy to dream, but where do you actually get started? So how I get started is actually a little bit theoretical. I get started with a strategy framework I kind of picked up from a book. It's called Playing to Win. which is an interesting book, and it's kind of, it's more for business really. How do you evolve your business strategy? But I think you can use this for anything. So I'm using this for my personal goal as well. So I'm gonna show you kind of the framework. It's just a couple of questions because I think it's interesting. All right, it's from Playing to Win. First question is, what is your winning aspiration? Forgive me for this super cheap writing on a cottage block. I don't yet know how I will really edit these videos. In future videos, I can probably just, put it in post and just add some text in the video. Now it's the cottage block, whatever. You gotta get started somewhere, right? So winning aspiration. Winning aspiration means kind of, where do you want to be when you won? It's kind of, what is your dream, really? And try to make it as precise as possible, because it's easy to say, I want to become a successful music producer, but what does this actually mean? So I try to make this as specific as possible, and it's really difficult. And then I'm not perfectly happy with what my winning aspiration is, but I think it's somewhere. So one thing I defined is I want to have on Spotify 1 million monthly listeners, right? Because I figured on Spotify, you can publicly see how many monthly listeners does any artist have. So it's easy to kind of compare people, how big are some people. So someone like David Guetta, of course, has like tens of millions of monthly listeners. But I found like that 1 million, there are many who have 1 million. So I feel like it's possible to reach that, but it's very big. So whoever has 1 million monthly listeners, you kind of know them, right? And of course, it's not a perfect metric because it's only Spotify, and that might not even be the main distribution channel, right? It could also be YouTube or other downloads or Apple Music or I don't know. But I personally use Spotify a lot, so I felt why not do this, right? So that's one thing I have. I also want to headline a festival. I also want to have a world tour. So that means play basically on every continent at least one show, and I also want to at one point I want to fill the big hall in my hometown in Stuttgart. It's called the Schleierhalle, which is kind of just a personal goal. I've been to so many concerts there, seeing like big guys. I also want to do that. So that's my winning aspiration, and I don't know what your dreams are, right? I'm just sharing my personal journey. But if you ever have some dreams and you actually want to pursue them, I think this framework can really help. And with this winning aspiration, really try to get very precise what you want to do. All right, now you have your dream nailed down. You really know what you want to do. So next thing, I really feel shitty with this cottage block. Anyway, next question is where to play. So that means where do you play like geography? So for example, for me, that means I could think about, do I only want to, try to play like in Berlin, in Germany, in Europe, worldwide? What am I trying to hit, right? Then also this question, where to play, it's also about what is your product category, basically. So for music, this could mean, what is your genre? I'm not sure. It's definitely like electronic, like EDM, I guess, but I can't really nail it down specifically yet. And other where to plays are like, what are your distribution channels? So for me, now this means, I think, YouTube, because I want to share these vlogs on YouTube about my journey. I also want to share my music on there. It will mean Spotify, since I have my winning aspiration of getting 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Of course, I need to upload music to Spotify. And so online, I want to be online. I want to be globally online, of course. That's why I'm, speaking English. So if you're not from Germany, you can also understand me. Trying to get many people to understand me. So that's my where to play. That's like after the question, you have your dream. Now you're thinking about where do you try to be active. All right, if you have that, then let's go to the next thing. This video, by the way, is getting much longer than I thought. But it's an interesting topic, at least for me. I don't care if anybody watches this until now. I just want to get started, and I'm really excited. Next thing. All right. Cottage block animation. That was really trashy. How to win. Okay. How to win is kind of the question, what is your USP? So that means what is your unique selling point? So for me, this is a very, very relevant question because there are so many artists out there. You could argue nobody needs another music producer, nobody needs another music artist, right? But that was the same when I did games. There's so many games out there, especially in mobile games on the App Store. You could argue nobody needs another game developer there. But we with Kolibri Games, we found a really, really good niche with idle games, and we found out there actually you can innovate and do great stuff. So I think also in the music industry there will be some niche where I can position myself, which will actually be very interesting and not too oversaturated. So how to win is the question. How to win? What is my USP? This is so difficult for me right now to answer this question because there are so many unknown points. I don't even know how to make a song. I don't even know really what my specific genre will be. So it's hard to answer this question right now. But it's still, it's interesting to think about it. So I think I need a very clear branding, kind of a very good name, a good theme that goes along with the name, the music that fits the theme, that the video, all marketing assets, everything needs to fit and has to be one very clear, defined topic. It has to be one very clear, defined topic. That's kind of how I want to win. I think I can. It's also good. Maybe I want to incorporate a little bit of the zeitgeist. Maybe with the music I want to do. Maybe I want to pick up some themes that are relevant right now. I don't know. Maybe it's global warming. I don't know. It looks like we're having lots of trouble with this Earth. Maybe this is a theme I want to incorporate in my music and my brand, and have this very clear, unique selling point. The kind of, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. This is what my music stands for. So then people can associate me with something and like this or don't like it. That's, I think, my how to win. Also, my how to win is what I'm doing right now. Is I want to be open and transparent from the get-go. I want to share everything. I don't care if people copy me. You can copy me. I don't give a shit. I just want to be open, right? I just want to share what I have, what I learn, what I do, because I want to inspire and just show my journey, be it success, be it failure. I don't care. It will be interesting and fun nonetheless. How to win? Why will I become successful? I think it's very important to build the product and marketing at the same time. These are lots of business terms I'm talking about right now, but basically every successful journey is product and marketing. Product means, what are you actually doing? For me, this will be my music. Marketing will be actually getting people to listen to that music. And I know many people who, especially artists, I feel like, who are only focused on the product, right? And it's not only in music, it's in anything. I know a lot of programmers or a lot of game developers, and they're only focusing on product because that's what's fun. They want to make something. They want to make something cool. They want to create great music. They don't care about the business side, the evil marketing of actually appealing to people, actually getting people to know you and to network and that stuff. And then a lot of people fail because maybe they have a great product, but nobody knows about it, or maybe it just doesn't fit what people actually want. So I will try to make both at the same time. So on the one side, I want to do marketing, and for me right now, marketing just means sharing my journey, just getting my voice out there. I'm just starting with this crappy blog. It's the first thing I'm doing. I don't know how to do any of this. I don't care. I just want to get out there. And also, I will try soon to just try to network in Berlin, in real life. I think Berlin is a good city. I guess there's lots of music artists in here, so I need to find people and talk to them and learn about shit, right? So that's marketing, but of course at the same time, You can't just talk, and think. You need to work, so you need to work on the product, of course, as well. So this, of course, I will also be doing. Just right over here, I got my super little studio set up, and I want to start learning how to make songs, of course. So that's my how to win. I think how to win is the most exciting questions out of the framework, because then you really think about, why am I special? Why will I be successful? Why will it work? All right, I'll try to wrap this up. There's just one last question here. It's called, what capabilities must be in place? And that means just, you have everything basically now. You have your dream, you know where you want to be, you know how you want to win. Now the question is what do I need so this can work? For me, this means I need this setup. I need a good MacBook to produce music on. I need some keys, because I really need the piano to make melodies, to create it. I need this room, so I have some space where I can work, where I can get creative, and I also need time, and I need time without too much distraction. So these are like my capabilities that must be in place for me to get started, and I worked hard on getting all of this together. And of course, one question is kind of how much time do you put into something? Everybody needs to decide this on his own. I don't want to put in too much time because I am a guy who, in like historically speaking, like in my past, I was putting in so much overtime into anything, and I was working my ass off all the time, and I would start getting sick a lot and feeling bad and getting like an emotional wreck because I'm putting too much stress into stuff. So I need to calm a little bit. So I'm trying to not work more than 20 hours per week, which is kind of like half full-time job, like a half-time job, part-time job. So that's what I will try to start with to just to get started, and then see where this goes. All right, this was it for this first video. It was way too long, so probably nobody will watch it until this point. It had a lot of interesting topics, at least they're interesting for me. I didn't present them super spicy, super well. As I said, it was too long. But I'm improvising this. I just want to get out there. I want to get started. So I'll wrap this up now. Whoever is watching this, or whoever even started to watch this, thank you so much. I'm incredibly thankful. I'm very grateful that I already have people who listen to what I want to say and what I want to share. And I promise if you stick around, it'll get better and better, and I will know how to make these vlogs and how to do this. I don't even know in which rhythm I will do these things. I have to figure everything out. So thank you, you're awesome. I could do the standard YouTube like, subscribe and share shit, but I don't give a fuck. You're awesome. Thank you so much.